Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a show and tell episode today. I've been doing some mailbags this year showing me with the arrival of my new wax, but I wanted to show you my wall of wax today. This is my junk wax collection, and I just want to take you through it and kind of show you. I have my computer open too. I'm going to show you some of the values, and it's fun. It's fun to look at the collection. So let's flip this around. All right, and we're just going to start here at the bottom. You see, I have tops here on the bottom level starting in 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. So I have the complete run of tops, which is the easiest because they didn't do series 1, 2, or low series, high series. It was pretty standard. The only one that cost a little bit would be the 90 with the Frank Thomas era card. The rest were relatively cheap. It gets a little more expensive here in 86, but really it's just that 1990. So then when we look at Donruss, we've got 86, 87. Those ones cost a little bit more. Then these are really cheap. Your 88, 89, 90, 91 series 1 and 2, and 92 series 2, or series 1. I don't have series 2 yet, even though it's not expensive. I just haven't gotten it yet. So only missing one of the Donruss. Then when we get to Fleer, we've got 86. I'm missing 87, so I've got an old Donruss here just as a placeholder, but 86, missing 87. 88, 89. This was one of the more expensive ones with the Billy Ripken. It's about $100 for a box of those. Then you've got your 90. Then 91 up here, 92. So I've got almost the full set of Fleer. I'm just missing the 87, which is like an $80 box, I believe. Then I've got Garbage Pail Kids. These aren't full boxes. These are just placeholders. I do have some packs in there, but that's not part of the collection. That's just placeholder. Then for the rest of baseball, we've got basketball on the top. The rest of baseball, if we look at Upper Deck, I'm missing one of the 90, one of the 91. I've got both of the 92. So that's the run of Upper Deck. But I'm missing 89 low and high. That's the Ken Griffey Jr. Chase. And those are like $300 to $400 a box. I do want to get them, but they're the most expensive. And then with Score, we start here in 88. Was that the first year of Score? 88. Then 89, 90. Those were single series. Then in 91, you've got series 1 and 2, 92 series 1 and 2. So I believe I have the entire run of Score, and that's probably the cheapest one to collect. Score didn't have any like home run cards, except for in 90, that's the Bo Jackson, that football awesome card, the Bo Nose card. So that one I'm really excited to open, but these were all relatively cheap. Then let's look at our wax basketball. If I started in 86, that would be the 86 Fleer with the Jordan. A box of that costs like 30 grand, I think. So I don't have that. The 87 costs like 15 grand. I don't have that. The 88 costs, the 88, 89 is also really expensive. I do think, so I started in 90, but I do think the 88 or the 89, 90 Fleer, it's like about $500, and I would like to get that one. So that one I still have as missing from my collection. The other two I'm not even trying. But then with NBA Hoops, let me finish the Fleer run. So it starts in 90, then we got 91, and is that where I ended? I think that's where I ended with Fleer, the 91, 92. That's technically the end of the junk wax for me. I believe that's the end of junk wax, is 92. Then with NBA Hoops, they did have series 1 and series 2 starting in 89, then 90, and 91, I have series 1 and series 2. So I have the full run of NBA Hoops. Then Skybox, we've got 90 series 1 and 2, and series 1 of 1991, 92. So I'm missing series 2 box. That's about $120. So I'm missing that one to complete my Skybox series. And then Upper Deck, let's see. Do I just have the 91, 92? It looks like that. Is there a 9091? Hold on, let's check the spreadsheet here. Nope. So I have all the Upper Deck. It just started in 91, 92. So I've got everything that is collectible. For me, this was the true junk wax era. It's also the era that I collected cards. I stopped ending around 91, 92. So I recognize all of these cards. This was my childhood. The ones that I didn't collect was the 86. I started at the tail end of 87. So even 87 Donruss I'd never seen before. Adulthood. 87 Fleer I'd never seen before. 86 Tops I'd never seen before. So that stuff's new, and then some of the end of the baseball era I didn't collect. What you might notice is missing here is Leaf and Bowman and some of the other new ones that were coming around in 91, 92. I just didn't collect all those. So that's the entire series. Now I have 45 of 53 potential boxes. Now, obviously, I mentioned I wasn't going to collect all the basketball ones. I'm missing 3 there. And I might not get those Griffey Upper Deck boxes. They're just really expensive. And I might not get the 89 Fleer basketball. That's really expensive. I might not get... Well, no, I think I'll get the rest. So I'm missing about 5 boxes. I think it's going to take me another couple months to get those. But by the end of this year, I think I'll have this series completed. It's pretty cool. Now, I made some spreadsheets here. So we're looking at Junk Wax basketball right now. And I looked at what's the eBay price, low end, high end, and you'll see the 89 Fleer is the only one that's expensive at $400. The rest, under $100 except for that Skybox that I'm missing. But the rest were, in the $50 to $100 range. So those are a little more expensive than baseball, but doable. This is the price I paid on each of them. And you see my total out of pocket right now is $842. If we flip over to Junk Wax baseball and start here at the top, you see that the low end on these are in the early 86 ones. Those are all in the $100, $150 range. Then it drops down during the true Junk Wax part of like $20, whatever, with the exception of those Upper Deck boxes. But then everything is pretty cheap all the way through. Some of the ones that are a little more expensive, we're looking at like the 89 Fleer. Nope, that's not it. Where's 89 Fleer? Oh, up here. $70 is the bottom end. Most of them go for about $100. And if we look at the BBCE price, of course, it's going to show those more closer to relative value. My price on all these combined is about $1,300. So I'm in for about $2,000 right now. Probably will be another $1,000 to complete it just because there's some of the more expensive boxes. But some of these that I'm missing, Donruss Series 2, I can get that for $25. The Upper Deck Low Series, $50. Upper Deck High Series, $30. So I'll probably get all 3 of those next month. Probably wait on the Upper Deck. And then the Fleer one for $55, I can probably get that next month. So I'll be really close on baseball. And then with basketball, I'm just missing that $100 Skybox and the $400 Fleer, which I may or may not get. So we're getting really close. So who cares? I mean, that's why this is show and tell. I think there are people out there like me who are like, it's fun to collect. It's fun to collect the stuff we collected as kids. Obviously, there's no real value in these. The likelihood of me pulling a card that's worth more than $1 or $2 is really, really small. So even if I open, and that's the plan, is once I've collected it all, I'll probably get to open every single box and I'll do a video talking about the value of the cards, what the chases are, and see what I can get. But I put $2,000 into it. If I opened them, pulled all the best cards out, maybe got a few graded, there's no way I'm going to break even on this. It's a losing game. But is it fun to open these packs? Heck yeah, it's so cool. The other day I opened a pack of 90 Skybox and pulled a Jordan, and it was awesome, just like being a kid again. And so I love to open these packs with my kids. And over the next year, we'll open all these boxes and see what we've got. The cool thing is I also, and I should show you the spreadsheet I finished today. I'll make a separate video for that. But I've now made pricing guides for all of I've finished 80s Donruss, where I've gone through and I've compared PSA values to Beckett, to Sports Price Online or whatever, there's a service there. I've looked at all the different values of all the different things, found an aggregate, and made checklists. So now as I open the cards, I can add them to my checklist, see what I have and don't have, find out how likely it is to pull a good card in a pack, and I'm going to give you all the data, all the numbers. That's the fun thing about geeking out here, is I'm a numbers guy that loves nostalgia, and so I'm taking you along for the ride. It's kind of fun. Is there anything I'm missing from my Junk Wax era? Is there anything that you think should be there? It was collectible in the 80s. Everyone had it. Obviously, I don't have any of the updated or the traded sets. I didn't go for anything obscure. I wanted kind of the mainstream, and just started with Topps, Donruss, and Fleer, kind of through that run. But for me, as a kid collecting, Upper Deck was really awesome when it came out. Skybox and Hoops were really cool when they came out. And so I want to make sure that that was part of my collection as well. But am I missing anything? I'd love to know. Hit me up in the comments and let me know what you think. Of course, if you do like this kind of content, let me know that as well, and make sure you like and subscribe, do all those things. All right, have an awesome day. Bye-bye.